Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Ben with KCT, aka the Gothic Castle. Guys, today we're going to take a look at something that is kind of interesting, and it is a Safariland clone for less than 20 bucks. So this is from AliExpress. I do have a video out comparing this to the Safariland holster. This is about $20 shipped from China. I think I got it for like $13, shipping with a couple bucks. But right now it's right around 20 bucks shipped. So it's about a 30-day wait. So that may or may not be worth it to you. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this holster and what I think about it and what I think you might like it for or not like it for. So let's take a look. So the holster does come with a little mid-ride belt loop there, and it is in FDE. Of course, this is the AliExpress QLS kit in that version of FDE. So neither one of them are really 100% right onto the Magpul, but you know, I digress. So it does come with this. I did add this part, but just like a normal QLS, go ahead and lock that right in there. Good to go. And it obviously is compatible with any other QLS system that's out there. I just run this one on a belt, but you can see that you do have your little cock and balls there. And yeah, just a standard belt loop or belt ride. So this is the Safariland mid-ride belt loop. And so your little cock and balls there, they're pretty much identical. Again, QLS kit for this. Of course, these are both the AliExpress QLS kits, so they're not quite as high quality as regular Safariland, but they work so far. So, what do we actually have with this holster? So it is designed specifically for Glocks. So you can see here it is for a 17, or at least I've got a 17 in there. As far as trying it with other handguns, I know that it will not work with a Canik TP9. Just it won't work. The trigger guard is too big, like it is for most holsters. So on this you have the SLS system. So you have the self-locking system, and it works just like the Safariland one. Push it in, push it down, and it goes. It was a little stiff from the factory, so they put some oil in there, and it is smoothing it out quite a bit better. For comparison, here's the actual Safariland. Now this is the ALS and the QLS. Obviously the Safariland is a lot smoother, but there's always a but. This has been used several thousand more times than this one has. So overall, I don't mind it. It just needs to break in a little bit more, and then it'll be fine. So this can accommodate some pretty honking big tack lights, as we can see here. Right, as I say that I like this thing. There you go. The Nightcore is a 2-cell tack light for your pistol, and it's pretty darn bright, but it does have two 123A batteries side to side, so that is a pretty big tack light. This also, of course, will accommodate the Inforce APL, APL-C, Wild 1, Wild 2, whole 9 yards, because they are much smaller than this. Now, there is no air retention that you do have. There is no tension adjustment screw up front. The only open part is, of course, right where the barrel is. I would rather have this open, like I modified on this Safariland, just for debris clearance. But it is what it is. If it's a problem, I can just take a Dremel, just cut that out. But no issues so far. But again, this is the only retention that you do have. So if you put it upside down, you will go ahead and drop that pistol out. But again, since Safariland does make the holsters with just the SLS, this is not, you know, a knock on the holster. It's just I've got another one with the SLS and the ALS. So I like to use this one a little bit more for security, but this one I've been working on, just kind of breaking it in. Now, for oiling it, I basically just took little hops number 9, because it works on everything. It's like Frank's Red Hot. And drip some of that down there in that mechanism there. And go ahead and make it like Missy Elliott. Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. And so yeah, just kind of let that work in there. And it does clean up the action of the release quite a bit. Now, it does have the little sneeze guard here to stop people from stealing your gun. That does go ahead and cover up that control quite nicely. As you can see again, it does the same thing here. And the straps are almost identical for the SLS. So, guys, if you have a Glock handgun, and specifically this is the 17, I believe you can run a 19 in here. I wouldn't go anything smaller than that. I wouldn't go with a 22, just because you can see there's not a whole lot of clearance for that strap there. Now, the 22 being a longer frame, you're not going to be able to get that, you know, in there effectively. The 19 is probably going to sit a little bit lower, so you're going to have less finger clearance when you draw. But again, you can Dremel that down. Not a big deal. The holster itself does feel pretty sturdy. I mean, you can hear it's not, you know, some crap plastic. This is a little bit wobbly. I mean, this is much easier to move than the Safariland. It's got much more resistance in there. The plastic is a lot higher quality, and it has a faint rubbery smell to it, which I'm assuming is the little SLS hood just being of a different material, kind of a rubbery material. Other than that, though, I mean, it does take your regular Safariland accessories, so if you want to QLS that bad boy, you can. Just note that you will have to go ahead, as I showed in my other video, comparing the Safariland to the AliExpress. You will need to go ahead and do a little knife job right here, because when this is pushed in there, there is a little rivet right there. And that rivet stops it from going into the QLS. So if you have multiple QLS mounts, you'll just want to go through, take a pair of snips, and cut that down. And then no worries on that. You can see it works great there. And then on the belt hanger, also no issues there. So once you just file that down or cut it, not a problem at all. But something that you should be aware of before you go buy one. So, is this worth it? For me, yeah. I'm very much into collecting duty holsters and reviewing those right now. And if you were going to go shoot an IDPA or something like that, and they demanded that you have to draw from retention and you have to have a specified level of retention, obviously this is a level 2, even though you have no real friction in there. That's still your level 1, because there is some. It's not going to fall out immediately. It'll take a second. And then you have your level 2 here, as opposed to the SLS ALS combo, which is level 3. But it is a very, very fast, smooth draw once you get that oiled out. The hood clearance is nice too. This tab is a very rubbery tab, so you don't really have to worry about that getting caught on anything. So, I mean, yeah, if you're looking for a duty holster clone, I would not recommend this for actual duty, guys. If you can buy something like this, save up your money and get a real Safariland. However, if you are looking for something that you can take to the range, or you could go compete with, or if you have a setup like this on your duty holster and you want to just have something that you can use for competition, this is a great option. Again, remember, it does not have the ALS, the automatic locking system. It has simply the SLS. And of course, I added the QLS fork. Normally, it would just attach right to the belt loop like you normally would have. So, guys, for 20 bucks, I would say go get this thing if you're on the fence. The quality is good. The materials are good. It is not Safariland quality. This is not a Kydex piece, like the 6300 or 6000 series. But for what it is, I was pleasantly surprised. It is much higher quality than I thought it would be. It is funny that they do mock up the ALS system for your ejection port, but there's nothing in there. But I would definitely recommend getting this if you're looking for this kind of holster. If you're looking at getting a Safariland, get one off eBay. I think I got mine for like $50. That's okay. If you're looking at this and going, maybe I want to try something before I spend full money on a Safariland, like you want to take the plunge and get the $128 kit or whatever, get something like this first, and it'll let you know if you like shooting out of a duty holster or anything else like that. Again, for serious use, I wouldn't recommend it for cops or anything like that. But for messing around for fun, like 90% of us are going to do, I would be okay with this. And I am okay with this because I do run this quite a bit. So, guys, that's all I got for you today. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.